Well, it's
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a buyer's guide or like a care guide for guinea pigs on what to buy leading up to when you get your guinea pigs or just after you've got them. I'm not going to go into cage types too much, I'm going to do a separate video on that, but other than that, it's going to be everything that you might want to buy to do with your guinea pigs at first. So like food, I'm going to go into like fleece, liners or other types of bedding you might want, houses and things like that, and just go over like the basics kind of thing on what you might want to get for your guinea pigs when you're first getting them. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to go through is like pellets for your guinea pig. So the pellets I use is Science Selective, so I have a bag here with me. Science Selective guinea pig balanced guinea pig food. I really like this brand just because it's got loads of like ingredients in that I really like in the food. It's a really good brand of food for guinea pigs. I know a lot of people like brands like Oxbow. I really like Oxbow as well. But the Oxbow Essentials and this Science Selective brand are basically the same ingredients. I've looked through and they're basically the same. In my opinion, the Science Selective is a little bit better than the Oxbow Essentials, but that is up to you. But in my opinion, I like this better, and that's what I usually get for my guinea pigs. The Oxbow Garden Select is another amazing brand that you can buy, but I live in the UK and I can't really get it over here without paying for like 20 quid delivery, which is like more than the food's worth if I'm getting in like not 10 kilogram lots or whatever. This is a 1.5 kilogram bag already. I'm not sure, but I think it's a 1.5 kilogram bag there. But yeah, if I'm buying the Garden Select Oxbow, I have to pay more for delivery than the actual food. So that's why I don't buy that food, but it's a really good food. So the first thing you really need is pellets. Not everyone chooses to buy pellets, but I personally think that they just help with the guinea pig's diet. You also need hay. I have a mixture of Timothy hay and meadowgrass hay over here in their hay rack. And vegetables. Vegetables you want to buy, they really like, they've got the vegetables right now, they really like little gem lettuce, romaine lettuce, cucumber, carrots, peppers are a really big one. Mine prefer red over any other colour I think. They quite like yellow, but yellows tends to be quite sweet, so I tend to give them red. But they do really like pepper. Pepper is a good source of vitamin C as well, so I do recommend that. But that's kind of the food front of what you should buy for your guinea pigs and the pellets. Everyone can find vegetables kind of thing in your local supermarket. I buy my pellets off of Amazon for, I think it's about £6 per 1.5 kilos. I don't know exactly, but this lasts about a month, I want to say, but I might be completely wrong. I'll probably put it up here exactly how long it lasts me. But hay, pellets and vegetables, which they're eating right now, and fruit sometimes, are really important for your guinea pigs to keep them really healthy, with all the right vitamins and things so they don't get ill that way. Okay, so the next thing on the buyer's guide is, well, in my opinion, fleece is the best version, or just types of bedding for the bottom of your cage. I prefer fleece, so this is a fleece liner here that is really nice. There's two different types of fleece, well there's a couple of different types, but there's this one which is like both sides are the same. It's got absorbent, it's really nice and absorbent and soft as well, and I prefer using this because it's more absorbent. And then you've got ones which have like this more plasticky kind of lining on the back. I don't like these as much. I have it in this pad, and I have a pad in there right now, and then my owl liner down there is also the same as this, but I much prefer this version, which is both sided with Zorbin. These don't have Zorbin. But I also know a lot of people use things like aspen, I think, wood shavings, and other more natural beddings like that. In my opinion, I prefer fleece, but I know those beddings can work really well. I would just recommend making sure they're not too dusty. The chunks aren't huge, but they also aren't really small, so they're like super easy digestible or like massive and they just kind of hurt, because I tend to find the bigger ones end up being more hard, which can hurt their feet and cause bumblefoot for guinea pigs. So I recommend not going for that, but kind of going for like a medium size, nice soft bedding. Some people go all Carefresh. I use Carefresh in my litter tray back here, with a bit of hay on top that they pull out themselves out the hay rack. But I prefer using fleece over any of those beddings, but I know those beddings are also good. So the next thing on your buyer's guide is bedding to go in the bottom of your cage, so they're not walking around on plastic, or like in the Midwest cage they're not walking on the bottom of canvas, that kind of thing, because you don't want your guinea pigs walking on that. You want them to have a nice soft bedding that is absorbent, and absorbency is one of the main points in bedding, and softness is the second point that you're looking for in bedding. So the next thing on my list is hideys or houses, something of that sort, somewhere they can hide and go to feel safe if they get scared, or if they want to just sleep in there, or to run through because they really enjoy that. So in my opinion, I prefer wooden and like fleece like hides. I don't use plastic hides. I have one plastic hide that's like a big igloo kind of thing, but I hardly ever use it. I only really use it with babies. There's none in my cage. I only use it when I first bring pigs home because it's nice and insulated and warm in there, or for special occasions if I need to use it. But I tend to stick with wooden and fleece hides, and in a cage there should be at least one hide per pig. I have 2 tunnels, and then I have a big hide back here, another hide, and then another hide down there. So in total I have 5 hides. So I have 4 guinea pigs, so I've got 1 extra, and they've also got like this under here that they can hide in because it's a loft and there's like a soft bit up here, so like that acts as another hide as well. So but you should have at least 1 proper hide per pig. Even if it's a big one like this couldn't easily fit 2 pigs in this back one. You should really have at least 1 hide per pig, just so they can like separate if they want, and they're not all together if they don't want to be. But yeah, you can buy plastic ones, but I prefer the wooden ones because they can also gnaw on them. I also recommend using tunnels, at least having 1 tunnel, because my pigs love having tunnels and like running through them and things like that. So they've got one here and they've got one back there, and they just love running through them and having fun. Another thing I would recommend when buying hides is how many entrances they have. Most of my hides have at least 2 entrances. I have only 1 hide in this cage, and in total I think at the moment that has only 1 entrance, but the rest of them have at least 2 entrances that they can access. So like if there's any kind of the pigs are all in the same hide, they don't get squashed kind of thing, so they can just exit through the other like entrance. So like tunnels have 1, 2, this house back here has 1, and then another one over there, and so they can just like run through it, and it also means it acts as another like tunnel, and they love running through them. I find my pigs, especially with them being young, absolutely love running through all the hides and make a little racetrack out of it, and they really enjoy that. So that's another source of enrichment just from having a hide. And the wooden ones act as another enrichment kind of thing because they can gnaw on the wood, keeps their teeth down, which is really really good for guinea pigs, and it stops, it gives them another thing to do so they don't like get bored, stops them getting bored. And also because guinea pigs' teeth don't stop growing, like they will grow and grow and grow, so having that wood to keep them down is really really good as well. The next thing on my list is another really really important one, is water bottles. Guinea pigs should have at least 1 water bottle per cage, but I would say at least 1 water bottle per 2 pigs. So I have 4 guinea pigs, meaning I have 2 water bottles. I think that's just a good kind of size to go with. Obviously if you have something like 20 pigs, you might not want 10 water bottles, you might only want like 8, but in general I would say 2 pigs should have 1 water bottle. So my 4 pigs get 2. So they have one on their second level and one on their bottom level, so they're not having to go up the stairs to get a drink or down the stairs to get a drink, just so it's easier for them. And they've got, I recommend the glass ones, they're easy to clean. They come with a little carrot or banana or whatever else, the little thing in them, so you can tell where the water levels are, so it's really easy to see. And they've got like really long, you can't see it, they've got like really long metal things so the guinea pigs can drink out of. Some people prefer using water bowls, and if that's what you prefer, fine by that. If your guinea pigs only drink out of that, that's also obviously fine. But in my opinion, my guinea pigs much prefer the water bottles, and they stay a lot cleaner. If you've got a water bowl, like hay or bedding or whatever could go in it and just make the water really dirty, and the guinea pigs might not drink it and then get dehydrated. So I prefer the water bottles, but it's up to you. If you prefer water bowls, use water bowls, but also always make sure you've got a water source. Okay, so the next thing is food bowls and hay racks. So I use ceramic food bowls. I have 4 in this cage. I have 3 for pellets, one that's their main pellet bowl, and then a joined one that's got like 2 little bowls for a bit more pellets just to go in their upstairs area. I don't put loads in there, but I put a little bit in there. And then I have a big one for veggies that I sometimes put hay in depending if I'm going out for a long time. I have those for ceramic bowls. I prefer ceramic bowls. They are like pet shop bought ceramic bowls. All of them are from like Pets at Home or Amazon, I think. So they're all kind of like pet shop ceramic bowls. I wouldn't use glass or anything like that, just because I don't know, I just be a bit scared that they break for any reason. The ceramic's less likely to break, I think, and I've just always found the ceramic ones work really well. I'd also not really use plastic ones, just because my guinea pigs will probably flip them. The ceramic ones are weighted, so they're less likely to like move around, or if the guinea pigs like put their hands in like them, paws, the guinea pigs put their paws in them, they're not going to flip over straight away or anything like that. So that just keeps it a bit cleaner in there and easier for the guinea pigs to get the food without it all going all over the floor. For hay racks, I have a wooden hay rack with like 3 holes in it, if you can see it back there. Luna is next to it, and it's from Robin's Run. It's a shop on Etsy, and it was, I don't know how much, I think it was about £16, and I just find that holds quite a lot of hay. It's got multiple entrances. They do have a litter tray under it, so they do end up putting like hay in that so they can just eat it off the floor as well. But I find that having it in the hay rack just makes it a little bit easier to contain the mess a little bit, and then the litter tray underneath helps contain the mess most of the time, a lot more than if it was just on fleece. But hay is the most important thing for guinea pigs, and I just prefer having hay racks. Some people use hay bags, some people just use it in litter trays or just have a big hay pile. I never go for the all in a litter tray or a hay pile because of the hay pile, because it's so messy and I don't want that getting everywhere all over my cage. And the litter tray because I'm a little bit scared of like getting hay poking my guinea pigs, which is like getting hay stuck in their eyes, and I don't want my guinea pigs to have that. Luna has had it twice. It was earlier this year, wasn't it? She had it in one eye, and then like a week later she had it in the other eye because I bought a different kind of hay because I couldn't get the hay I usually buy, and it was just so annoying, and I had to like make sure her eye was clean all the time, and whilst it was like kind of like mending and healing. So I much prefer hay racks for those reasons, but I do know that guinea pigs do love burrowing in the hay, and when mine pull it out into their little litter tray there, they love sleeping on top of it. So I do like hay in litter trays as well as hay racks or hay bags, but I would probably not do a hay pile, but it's whatever suits you. Hay racks is just what suits my cage and my guinea pigs. Okay, so the next thing that I would buy for guinea pigs, a little bit less important than some of the others, but I think it's still really, really good for guinea pigs, it gives them enrichment, is toys. Guinea pigs love toys and having things to do, and the toys, you don't even have to buy it if you really don't want to. My guinea pigs love it when I cut up like a toilet paper roll and like stuff hay inside of it, and then they can roll around this little ball that I make by putting like the little rings of toilet paper kind of like connected to each other in like a sort of ball shape, and they love rolling it around, pulling the hay out, or if I put treats in there, like knocking all the treats out of it and eating that. So even if you don't buy a toy necessarily, you can make toys really easily. I do that at least 2 or 3 times a week with the toilet rolls. But buying toys is also really good. You can buy some really nice toys. Ninetangel balls, so they're like little balls. So they're like little balls, which you can open a tab at the top a little bit, and there's room for treats to come out, and then the guinea pigs can roll it around and just knock these little treats out of it, and it's really cute, and it gives them something to do. Oxbow do like play tables, and you can get all sorts of toys. At the moment I have these like hanging dumbbells that they chew on, and I can take out the screws so they can roll them around, which I might do actually, because I think they've used them more, and then I do the toilet paper stuff. And I also really love the little willow balls. I've spoken about it before, I think, but I absolutely love them. My guinea pigs are obsessed with them. They love rolling them around. They love anything to do with balls because they can roll them around. I wouldn't get too big because they probably get bored of it. But I have had this big like carrot ball before, which was stuffed of hay, and then when they pulled out all the hay, I put more hay back in. And that was quite big, bigger than any of my guinea pigs, and they rolled that around fine. But yeah, obviously you have to be careful about how big this toy is, because they might not use it if it's really big. But I tend to find it's okay. I wouldn't get anything like hamster. Make sure you stay away from hamster toys though, because they might be way too small, they might choke on them. And I wouldn't get anything with like bells on or plastic toys, because especially if they're toys, they're likely to chew them, and then if the plastic's ingested, it's not good for the guinea pigs. So I would stick with like wooden natural toys. My guinea pigs love toys. They love rolling around little balls, but you can literally make toys if you don't want to buy any, or you don't have the money to, or in my opinion, mine love the toilet roll like toys more than some of the store-bought toys. So I do it even if I've got loads of other toys as well. I tend to use that because they really love it. The next thing you might want to consider buying for guinea pigs is treats. So here I have Side Selective, Selective Naturals, Meadow Loops. My guinea pigs love these. They've got tons and tons of like Timothy hay and a small bit of alfalfa hay and like dried thyme in these ones, because these ones are the Timothy hay and thyme ones. You can get all the different types. I prefer these treats. I know Oxbow do really good treats as well. They have like these little small rewards like cranberry ones and like apple ones and things like that. That are really nice. Some guinea pigs really like pea flakes as well, but I wouldn't recommend giving them too many a day, just because I think they're really high in sugar. Last time I tried pea flakes with my guinea pigs, like none of them liked them. They just kind of left them. So I'm going to be trying again, hopefully soon, but last time it didn't go very well. But overall, treats are just a really like cool way to bond with your pets if you have them. Like on your lap, giving them a little treat, and it's something else for them to look forward to. Or if they're like up against the bars, give them a little treat. I sometimes won't give treats, but I'll give a bit of food. I have a different kind of food at the moment as well as my Science Selective. I have a Pets at Home brand food, which is quite good considering it's a pet shop food. It's not as good as my Science Selective, I don't think, but it does have a nice bit of hay. It's got like hay in and stuff as well, and it doesn't have too much like really bad stuff. But I do give them that as a little bit of a treat, and I mix a tiny bit of it in with their food, just so in case that they, for whatever reason, I can't get my regular food, I can give them that, and it's like not a big shock to their system because they've had it before. And it smells really nice. It's got a load of mint in it, and like mint oil and then actual mint, and it just smells really nice. So I give them that as a little treat because it's only little pieces. So yeah, treats are really good for guinea pigs. The last thing I'm going to be putting on my buyer's guide is cleaning things. It sounds boring, but as a guinea pig owner you really need something to clean your enclosure with. So I have a dustpan and brush, I have Zoflora spray. This is my Zoflora spray in this little bottle, so it's like pet safe, kind of like antibacterial spray kind of thing, and you water it down, and then you have this. So I spray the bottom of their cages, the chloroplast, with this, and then just wipe it over with either a cloth or a bit of like paper towel, and then dustpan and brush I use so often, like cleaning their like poops up and everything, so that's really good. So cleaning stuff sounds boring, but it's necessary, and I know any guinea pig owners will know that and appreciate that, because you have to like make sure you have enough money to pay for cleaning stuff, because it's all good having all this, but if you can't clean it, then there is no point in getting it all, because the guinea pigs won't be good if you're leaving them like 2-3 weeks without a clean. Like, just it's a big no, because they'll get bumblefoot and everything. Clapping my hands now, because I'm like, you cannot go without cleaning your cage, and you need things to clean the cage with that are good. So I have this, I have all sorts of other things I use to clean the cage. I have a bottle cleaning brush and everything, so you do need to factor in the cost of cleaning stuff. So that is the end of my buyer's guide. I'm going to be linking my favourite kind of things from each section down below. So like my favourite pellets, which are Science Selective, where I've got my hay wrap from, where there's a Flora is from, where I get some of my liners from, and things like that. Favourite shops for all that kind of stuff. Bellatrix is asleep and it's so cute. I don't know if you can see her. I will insert a video at the end of this of her, because she's adorable when she sleeps. But anyway, I will be linking all that stuff down below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know I have. I'm sorry if it's been a bit long-winded and chatty, but I've just been going through everything that I like using and trying to give you a good like kind of review of the stuff and what I find is best to use personally, and what are the types of things that you can use instead of what I use. But I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!
Bye.